respected Chief Minister and Chancellors, Vice Chancellor, right? Chancellors and professors. And actually, I always start, say, brothers and sisters. Actually, we all human brothers, sisters. Within that, some elder brothers, some younger brothers, actually brothers and sisters. Basically, you see, we all want happy life, do not want suffering. In that respect, high position or ordinary people, or educated, uneducated, rich, poor, spiritual-minded, or non-believer, we all have same desire to have happy life. It is our fundamental right to achieve happy life. Even animals also have the right to have more peaceful days and months, years. I really don't know, like a mosquito, too small sort of insect, maybe I think their only concern is just survival. Otherwise, I don't know. You see, they really have the feeling of joyfulness or pains. I really don't know. I think the scientists, they're yet to find. And one thing, I always is telling people, many occasions I express to some scientists, I really want to know the brain, at what level have the ability to show appreciation. It seems mosquito know that ability. This is some cases, I give some blood to mosquito, provided, you see, quite sure, no malaria. Then look, they suck, and their whole body become red. Then fly. No sign of appreciation. Dogs, birds, cats, and other animals, if we feed them, not only feed, but you see, pet, we really show our love, then they appreciate. So I really don't know. It's just very, very tiny sort of, or say the insect. I don't know whether they really have this sort of some kind of feeling. Now, today, a joyful day, I don't think. But generally, most of the animals, birds also used to have that. So, then differences, we human beings, our brain is something quite unique. And time passes, and also I think we found language. And that language also, I think, immense help to further develop our brain. So, we have the ability, reasoning, and thinking deeper level. That's why among humanity, faith develop. When we're passing through some difficulties, then we still, you see, keep hope with some kind of mysterious force. Then gradually, that further develop, and we develop, we try to find or develop the philosophical views. So even today, I think some small area, some native, I think I met some sort of African indigenous sort of faith. They also, you see, using some sort of stones, some sort of shells. Then you see, put that, and then you see, they judge what future. So one occasion in South Africa, one local, the spiritual practitioner, you see, came to see me, and I was told he had that kind of performance. So he performed about my future. You see, some point looks quite correct. Like that. You see, these, I think, not my sort of philosophical views. Otherwise, you see, the theistic religion, non-theistic religion, you see, both have sort of certain philosophical views. Now, theistic religion, yes, the concept of God, creator. So that, you see, give us hope when we're passing through tremendous difficulties, hopelessness case. We still put all our hope on Creator. Even you passing through some unexpected difficulties, that you must think, all these are God's creation. There must be some meaning. Then non-theistic religion, mainly Sankhya philosophy and Jain philosophy and Buddhist philosophy, no creator, but law of causality, like that. Law of one's own action. If you carry some action which help other, bring some happiness on other, that's positive action, so you get happiness. And any action harming other, so that's negative action. So consequences, you will suffer. So that way of sort of philosophy, or I don't know, that kind of concept, you see, brings sort of, inner peace. Then, other hand, real sort of source or basis of happiness is altruism, warm-heartedness. So, in spite of different philosophical views, all major world traditions carry same message of love, compassion. And also all various different religious traditions also, you see, accept there is sort of obstacles, practice of love, compassion, that's anger. So all carry the practice of, the message of practice of tolerance, forgiveness. And then also all major religious traditions, you see, also you see accept in order to practice love, compassion. Love, compassion means take care of others' well-being. Therefore, another obstacle is too much self-centered and greed. I want that, I want that. So all spiritual tradition also teach us the practice of contentment, simplicity. So all major religious tradition accept the ultimate source of happiness, joyfulness is very much related with inner strength, self-confidence. For that, when you have more sort of feeling about well-being of other, you automatically gain self-confidence. The more think oneself, don't care other, then automatically, your mental state, distance from other, that automatically creates suspicion, distrust. Distrust brings fear. Fear destroys inner peace. And also, you see, fear develops anger, violence. So therefore, all major institutions accept happiness, joyfulness is our right, our goal. In order to achieve that, the fundamental thing is love. We ourselves is born from our mother, then grown up with the mother's care, with the parents' care, and the friends' care. So therefore, this very physical is very much absorbed affection, others' affection. So now scientists, medical scientists, and also brain specialists, they say, constant fear, constant anger, hatred, actually eating our immune system. So automatically our physical health, our health become difficult. Other hand, more warm feeling, calm mind, immense sort of important factor for maintain good health. So all major institutions, you see, teach us warm-heartedness, love, compassion. Use different philosophy. It's necessary. Different circle, different location, different sort of environment, and different culture. So the people in particular area, which is certain different sort of way of thinking or mental disposition. So we need different philosophy. So then, among three, I think, civilization, Egyptian civilization, Indus Valley civilization, Chinese civilization, I think among three, it seems, I think, Indus civilization, I think, as far as development of our sort of thinking, much sort of philosophical sort of thinkings, I think this civilization, I think, much more developed. So before Buddha come, already Sangha philosophy, and also Charvaka. You see, these, they sort of also certain their concept, they try to prove by reasons. So these, I think, very, very early in this country. And then the Mahavira, Jain, master, Jain was the master, founder, and Buddha Shakyamuni, Buddhist founder of Buddhism, you see, then come. So then it is quite natural. When some new ideas come, then existing sort of views, existing sort of ideas, when they find a little sort of contradictions, difficult to, some different views as they come, then this kind of discussion. Actually, that is really, I think, necessary and very important. Look, I think the Buddhism, for example, Buddhism, after Buddha, you see, within Buddhist, and also with non-Buddhist, as Mahatma Dalai, you see, mentioned different views, different sort of also the argument. It's immense benefit to both sides, further develop. If everybody agree unanimously, then no discussion, then no progress. So different views is necessary in order to synthesize and further develop. That I think exactly is happening in this country. And as far as the Brahman logic, Buddhist epistemology, the non-Buddhist epistemology, Buddhist epistemology, again, you see, through generations, you see, certain sort of serious discussion, debate. So it helped both further develop. So then, about Nagarjuna, already Mahasamdana, you see, mentioned, and I'm not going to repeat these things. I think his presentation more detailed. I can't sort of remember all these things. But one thing I want to tell you. What is the purpose of these things? And to Buddhist, what is the purpose of Anatma theory, selflessness theory? And particularly the Madhyamaka philosophy, Chittamantra philosophy, you see both have two kasanta. Mari. Dami. Kasan chi dami. True selflessness. Selflessness of phenomena, selflessness of self. Persons. Sutantik, Vibhashik, just selflessness. Persons, not selflessness of, because of selflessness of phenomena. Chittamantra, Madhyamika, these two. So what is the purpose of these different philosophies? As I mentioned earlier, all major religious traditions, different philosophy, different concept, actually helping to bring conviction about value of love. Even the concept of God, creator, also, you see, the real purpose, I feel, to bring full conviction, the value of compassion. Some my Christian friend say, they told me, we, as a creature of God, infinite love. So the creature, every creature of God have some kind of spark of God's infinite love. So that brings courage to practice our love. So now Buddhist viewpoint, as I already mentioned, no concept of creator, all these three. One part of Sankhya philosophy and Jain philosophy, and Buddhist philosophy, no concept of creator. So then, as far as Buddhism is concerned, now the ultimate source of anger, attachment, these things related with much sort of depend on mental projection. Even one my Americans, my friend, one American, I think Aaron Beck. Once, you see, he told me, while we were discussing, he told me when I met his age already 84. So he told me, when we develop anger, the object which we feel angry with appears something very negative. Actually, that negativeness, 90% of that negativeness is the angry person's own mental projection. This exactly mentioned in Nagarjuna's text. So why that exaggeration come? grasping independent, sort of absolute reality. So, Buddhist sort of philosophy, the Madhyamika philosophy, you see, aiming, you see, to reduce the intensity of self-grasping, so grasping self-existence. One Nagarjuna's text mentioned, so long the object, something your sort of the emotion, grasp, so long that remain, the attachment, anger, these, some degree automatically develop. So, this concept, the kasachuti, absence of independent existence. Now that concept, the purpose of that concept is reduce or destroy the basis of mental projection, like that. Now, as far as the physical matter is concerned, quantum physics, same way, analyze the physical part, you can't find. Finally, nothingness. So sometimes I tell you, see, some people who want to think about shunyata, I told them, first you study quantum physics. At least external matter is concerned, quantum physics. You see, analyze. Then, because of the particles, further, atomic, subatomic, quarks, quark number 1, number 2, like that, you can't find nothing. So, of course, so far, you see, modern science mainly deal with matters, not mind. So, as far as matter is concerned, you can't find objectively. So, there is some confusion. Now, again, one time, I met one Indian nuclear physicist, Rajaramana. One time in Delhi, he told me the concept of quantum physics in the West, quite new, that concept. But in India, 2,000 years ago, already you see found that concept. He found some Nagarjuna's writing, he found the concept of quantum physics already there. He mentioned to me. So, of course, the scientists, you see, they just simply try to the reality. The Buddhists, that apply to reduce because of the grasping, right? Grasping the reality, independent reality, because of the reality. So, more feeling of belief or concept, independent, the reality, not depend on other factor, but itself, something independent. Then, yes, it is worthy to fight, to destroy that. And everything you can blame on them, on it. If it's a concept, interdependency, then negative, you also participated there. Your mind also is a participant there. So then if you really want to eliminate this, you have to eliminate yourself also. Because you are one factor to create that enemy. Clear. Everything interdependent. And same object, when your mood good, you see nice. Same object, your mood a little bit difficult, there's something different. Now, which is true? Difficult. So therefore, you see, this concept, there is no independent existence. Existence there, but the very way of existence is depend on other. So that's Pratit according to Madhyamaka sort of understanding, like that. So that I want to share with you. Then you mentioned, now you are also the creating one Jain philosophy chair. That's very good. I really see impressed that I quite often, telling people, this country, even today, generally very religious-minded people. But your faith contented just, worship. One statue, or Shiva Linga, or Ganesh, and offer some flower, some incense. That incense at the beginning very difficult to burn. And then chanting some shlokas, Sanskrit, without knowing the meaning. So that, because of, you never pay much attention about study. This philosophy, that you must, whether you, if you, even you say non-believer, one Indian, even non-believer, what to have? Study these ancient different school of thought. What's their sort of reason? When argument take place, then what disposition, what's the reason? The argument, the other side's argument, what's their sort of thinking? What's the reason? Analyze. Immense help to sharpening our mind. You simply, some sort of faith and some rituals, some some prayers, some rituals. I think too much sort of faith, just a ritual. I think our capacity, our ability of sharpness, then I think it's becoming more inactive. Study philosophy, different things, then the ability of our sharpness mind, then open, grow. So study, very, very important. I also found in some Buddhist country, like Japan and China, sometimes the professors in the university have a better, fuller knowledge about Buddha Dharma than those monks, abbots in the monastery. They simply carry rituals. That's not sufficient. So university, I think, should promote deeper knowledge about ancient Indian thought. It's very, very important. That I want to tell you. So congratulations. So then one day, I think a few years ago in Sarnath, we have one seminar, some Jain practitioner, Jain philosopher there. We have very, very fruitful discussion. So I'm looking forward when your sort of chair set up, then more study, more scholar come, then I very much want to discuss with them. Good. So I want, and then I think that's all. You have some tradition, take some questions, okay? Or more formal way, or some questions.
So I'm Abhijit Saraf. I am studying in 12th. So my question is that you said that ancient Indian thought is to be taught in the universities, and if there would be a system to teach ancient Indian thought in schools too, what will be the advantages?
Your mind becomes sharper.
Yes, sir.
And that way, a lot of sort of destroyer of peace of mind. is emotion. Many of these destructive emotion, no proper basis, no solid basis, much mental projection, as I mentioned earlier. So these understanding, this philosophy, get a clearer picture about reality. So the intensity of this destructive emotion, which based on ignorance, reduce. So, as a result, you get more peace of mind. So that's something worthy, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And here, another point I would like to mention. Knowledge here and experience here must combine. Just mere knowledge is sometimes even help those negative emotions. So, knowledge and experience combine. Of course, I'm very, very little sort of, very, very small, insignificant practitioner of Buddha, or Buddhism. Every day, as soon as I wake up, I'm thinking about these philosophical views and altruism. Not just remain in intellectual level, but mixing with, combining with experience, feeling. Immense help. I think you are young. I think maybe you should no harm to mention to you my age. Now 78, now nearly 79. And my life, I think quite troubled sort of life. Age 16, I lost my freedom. Age 24, I lost my own country. Nearly now 60 years, a lot of problems, a lot of difficulties, mainly inside. However, my mind, I think comparatively quite peaceful. And as a result, my health, okay. Of course, some problem here. Otherwise, I want to tell you, my the gallbladder now gone because of stone, gallstone. So then doctor advised me now better to remove. So this body, not full human body, some important organ missing. However, you see my physical health, very good. And mind, I think quite okay. So these, I'm quite sure, my daily practice, use these philosophical views and reduce intensity of this destructive emotion. Immense help. So that's the benefit. If you are a non-believer, not much sort of interested about spirituality, and don't care about next life, or heaven, or hell, don't care. Simply being a good health, good human being. These things are very useful. Thank you.
Kindly tell us the topmost thinking and philosophy of Buddhism.
I think I would like to respond to you. The Chitta Mantra philosopher, they say their view is best. The Madhyamika philosopher, they say their view is best. So we individuals have to analyze now which is best. Like that. I myself, of course, you see, study both Chitta Mantra philosophy, mind-only school of thought, their philosophy, and also Madhyamika philosophy, I study. And to me, according to my mental disposition, the Madhyamika philosophy is most powerful. and a lot of, I think, because of the agreement with modern science. I think that is, so I found that's more, because of the more realistic. I feel that. But then up to individual. Buddha, you see, in his teaching, he also indirectly indicated there could be Atma. Atma is the carrier. 5 sakandas is as a load. So you see, he indicated, so there is 2 things separate. But general Buddhist was the sort of view of the philosophy, no independent, separate self beside these 5 sakandas. So I always telling people, I never state Buddhism is best. No. According to individuals' mental disposition, like medicine, we cannot say, pick up one medicine, this is best medicine. You cannot say. According individual age, individual illness, then you can recommend it. Now, this medicine is best for you. So similarly, according different mental disposition, accordingly, now for this person, such mental disposition, this concept is best. For such person or different person, this concept is best. To some people, concept of creator, God, is very, very effective, very powerful, like that. Next.
Hello sir, my name is Sudeshna and I'm an MTech student. My question is, where do you think that, what is the first step where human enlightenment takes place? Does it take from love? Does it begin from compassion? Or does it begin from forgiveness? What should be the first step out of these things to step into an enlightenment?
I think mind, emotion, very complex. So the antidote also much naturally complex. So compassion, very important. The renunciation, detachment, also very important. And all these must backed by philosophical views. So symbols of affection, love, even dogs, as I mentioned earlier, cats, birds, these also have affection, but no philosophical thinking. So I think here, compassion, love, compassion. One level, biological factor. We are a social animal. We come from our mother. We survived by mother's affection or other's affection. So we have the experience or ability to show affection to others. That's the biological factor. Same with other animals. Now, compassion, which we are talking, is use human intelligence, then further promote the previous biological factor sort of compassion, biased, very much limited, only towards your friend. That biological factor, affection, compassion, cannot go to your enemy. So biased. So that kind of biased love, compassion, even acting basis of hatred, anger. Now what we need through training, use human brain, human intelligence, that sort of loving kindness. Now second level, then not oriented about others' attitude, but being themselves or person themselves. So that kind, through trained compassion, then can reach your enemy. entire human being, entire sentient being through training. So training means not only familiarize, but also reasoning. So single-pointed mind, single-pointed meditation, and analytical meditation, these two things must go together.
I'd like to ask you that if you would how would you reconcile to a statement of to a commitment of non-violence while when faced with violence?
그래서 of course, if mad dog come, but then if really danger to her bite, then you have to take appropriate sort of action to stop that. So you can't say, you see, compassion. You have to take appropriate action. But however, many human problems, I think much more wider. So any human problem try to solve through violence is like animal action. Some problem, disagreement, or different interests, or different views causing conflict, then that can solve only through dialogue, not through force. Through force, you can control the individual person's physical, not mind. Mental level, more anger cultivated through violence. Then his or her children, her friend, their grandchildren, their friend multiply. So realistic way to face this disagreement through talk. That's non-violence. Non-violence does not mean doing nothing. That's not non-violence. It's an effective method through dialogue, not use force, not use violence. That's non-violence. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Do you agree?
Thank you, sir.
Do you agree?
I'm sorry.